Does this look like a grown woman's body to you? Does it look like a grown woman's body to you? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. Because I'm a grown woman. And I know what my body look like. And I don't care if you are a Victoria's Secret model and you are a size 0, baby. This is not a grown woman's body. I just want to point out this quick part. Enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? It's like they're writing each other poetry or something. Mind you, do you know what an enigma is? Do you realize what they're talking about and why they feel the need to not write it on this note? They're not dumb. They're not dumb. They are a little dumb for this silhouette of this body, but they ain't that dumb. Regardless, as I said to TikTok before when they tried to label my video as misinformation, I knew that Donald J. Trump and Jeffrey Epstein had a very, very close relationship. So much so that I thought they were lovers. And, yeah, you just cannot convince me otherwise. I'm sorry. And even if they're not lovers, they still like kids. So, do what you will with this information. Spread it around. Let everybody know. Donald J. Trump is on his last leg. And it's coming to a close very quickly.
We have breaking news right now. The House Oversight Committee just released another page from Jeffrey Epstein's birthday book in which Epstein and another member of Mar-a-Lago were joking about selling a woman to Donald Trump. I'm serious. This is right from the House Oversight Committee. This is from Jeffrey Epstein's birthday book. It's literally them joking about selling a woman to Donald Trump for $22,500. This is a real page. It's an image of Epstein and I guess the other Mar-a-Lago person. Now, the White House can't claim that's fake. That's a real page. Now, Donald Trump obviously didn't sign that. That's not Donald Trump's writing. But they're joking about selling a woman to Donald Trump. Why would they be joking if Trump wasn't connected to Epstein in any way? That's the question that everyone needs to be asking at this hour. And I already debunked the fact that Trump didn't sign the letter in the previous video. He did sign it. We have proof. The proof is based on his signature almost identical in other letters during that time. Spread the word so more people know. Follow along for all the news you need to know about. This is a bombshell.
Epstein's book arrived yesterday to Congress. Trump lied and wrote a letter to Jeffrey Epstein. In the letter, Donald J. Trump wrote, "We have things in common, and a pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." You can see Trump's signature, Donald, and he typed Donald J. Trump. The MAGA will never believe it still, even if they see the document. If you agree, Trump is a liar and a con man, follow me and make sure you vote Democrat in the midterm elections. In 86-47, remove Trump peacefully.
Great news, everybody. The Epstein scandal is officially dead and over, according to Donald Trump, of course. As we all know, Monday of this week, we got a treasure trove of documents from Democrats on the House Oversight Committee. And when reached for comment by an NBC News reporter on Tuesday, Donald Trump declared, quote, "I don't comment on something that's a dead issue. I gave all comments to the staff. It's a dead issue." So in spite of all of this new overwhelming evidence against Donald Trump, it's a dead issue. Now, obviously, it's not. In fact, the issue is more alive than it has ever been. Donald Trump's signature is clearly seen on that risque drawing in Epstein's 50th birthday book. And we got other information that Donald Trump is just not even talking about at all. You know, the big giant check that Epstein was holding up with Donald Trump's signature on it. A check for $22,500. It was a joke, but Trump was, buying a depreciated woman from Epstein. But, jokingly, of course. But what's funny to me is that the White House, nobody's even talked about that. Right? Like, they're only trying to address the little doodle and signature. But nobody's addressed the check from the White House of Donald Trump jokingly purchasing a woman from a sex trafficker. That one actually kind of seems like that should be the bigger story. That should be the main focal point. That's what the reporter from NBC News should have asked Trump about instead of asking him about the doodle. The doodle means nothing other than the fact that Donald Trump is not going to win his lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal and Rupert Murdoch for defamation. And it's also insane that they're not immediately dropping that lawsuit, because this only ends badly for Donald Trump if he continues it.
Donald Trump says Jeffrey Epstein's a dead issue and he's not going to comment on it anymore, except that he just commented on it. So he kind of did. So listen to this. It's obviously a fake. The birthday greeting that Trump drew and signed and has his name, Donald, and all sorts of stuff that Trump is now claiming is completely fake. And the signature is clearly fake, except the signatures are clearly the same signature. Again, if it's a fake, it's the best forgery I've ever seen. But Trump is now saying today he's no longer going to talk about Epstein. He went from calling it a Democratic hoax a week ago or 2 weeks ago. He went from a month and a half, 2 months ago, saying he was going to release all the Epstein files. Now the Jeffrey Epstein case is a hoax. I guess it didn't happen. I don't know. This is pretty wild, guys. He's hiding something. I don't know. Well, I could guess why. You could guess why. Trump's people went through the files. They were going to release the files. Trump promised during the campaign he was going to release the files. And then once they went through them, he suddenly decided not to release the files. He freaked out and now is claiming he's never going to talk about the issue again. Well, a lot of us care about the truth. We care about transparency, and we care about this issue, and it's not going away, especially among Republicans. It's not going away.
So the Epstein Files Transparency Act, which would have forced Congress to release the full Epstein files, got blocked last night. And guess who voted against it? Every single Republican on the House Rules Committee. Look at this.
Hearing no further comments, the question is on the amendment. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Those opposed say no. In the opinion of the chair, the noes have it.
4 yeas, 8 nays.
The noes have it. The amendment is not agreed to. Are there further amendments?
That's right. Not a single Republican voted to let this bill advance. They all voted against transparency and to protect some of the most evil people in the history of the world. These are the same people who constantly rant about law and order, exposing corruption and draining the swamp. But when it comes to the biggest scandal in all of human history involving billionaires, politicians, and human traffickers, they are silent and they vote against transparency. It's obvious they are terrified of what's within these files, and they are probably being pressured by Donald Trump to keep them hidden. So instead of letting the public see the truth, which we all deserve, they are voting to hide it from us. We all know if they truly had nothing to hide, they wouldn't be voting to block transparency. The truth is, the more they delay, the more complicit they look. This is about shielding the powerful and not serving the people.
So today in the House Rules Committee, they voted whether or not to advance the Epstein Transparency Act, and all 8 Republicans voted against it. And before Republican voters claimed that there was pork in the bill, it's actually a very short bill. You can go read it yourself over on congress.gov. But it says that the DOJ has to officially release the Epstein files, and it even says the DOJ is permitted to withhold certain information like personal information of victims and materials that would jeopardize an active federal investigation, which according to the FBI, as of this July, there is no investigation anymore. And Jim McGovern even said that the administration might want to hide the Epstein files if the creepy birthday note from Trump to Epstein is any indication of what might be in those files. And he's right. But this was their chance to make good on saying that they wanted transparency. And every single one of those Republicans on the committee dropped the fucking ball. And here's the names of every single Republican on that Rules Committee who voted to block the Epstein Transparency Act. Because all they're trying to do is protect their fellow Republicans and especially protect their Fuhrer. Because they know his name is all over those files. I would suggest that if you live in one of these states, you give a call to your representatives and let them know exactly how pissed off you are.
Today, September 9th, 2025, every single House Republican on the House Rules Committee voted to block the release of the Epstein files. Again, every single Republican on the House Rules Committee voted no to releasing the Epstein files. And that, folks, says all you need to know.
So as soon as they found the birthday book with Trump's signature on it and a drawing, and it's been proven that Trump draws a lot. He said he don't draw, and instantly his supporters come out and say that his signature fake and he don't draw. Do you not believe anything this man do? This is just too funny for me.
Every Republican on this committee, called the House Rules Committee, just voted to block the entire House from getting to vote on releasing the Epstein files. This effort will otherwise need to collect 218 signatures in the House to force this vote. So far, they've gotten about 216 of those signatures, 212 from Democrats and 4 from Republicans. The Republicans blocking this vote comes right after Epstein's birthday book was released, in which Trump was revealed to have written an incredibly disturbing note to Epstein, where he tells Epstein, "We have certain things in common," and that, quote, "enigmas never age." "A pal is a wonderful thing," Trump also wrote. "May every day be another wonderful secret." The note is signed by Trump. Even then, after first being reported on weeks ago, the White House is still trying to tell us all that it's fake. "No one is falling for this BS," J.D. Vance said. BS. This is what they think of you if you dare believe your own eyes and think that maybe something fishy is going on here.
Breaking news, Wall Street Journal just published the actual birthday card and that little birthday letter that Trump wrote to his dear, dear friend, Jeffrey Epstein. And there it is, just how they announced it was, just how they reported on it months ago. That's Trump's signature, and that's what he wrote to his dear, dear friend, Jeffrey Epstein. And yeah, the weird writing, the enigma. Ugh. Also, paging the couch fucker, J.D. Vance. I remember this little tweet. Yeah, forgive your language. It's not utter bullshit. It's just proving that you're a fucking lying dipshit. And you guys, your administration, is hiding the Epstein files and covering up for the PDF file.
At the time, the Journal reported that Donald Trump was one of those friends who had sent a letter to Epstein, and they reported that they reported the text of the letter, and that it had taken the outline of a woman's body, in the sort of to frame the text, which wished Epstein a happy birthday. This is what they said. The letter bearing Trump's name, which was reviewed by the Journal, is bawdy. It contains several lines of typewritten text framed by the outline of a naked woman, which appears to be hand-drawn with a heavy marker. A pair of small arcs denotes the woman's breasts, and the future president's signature is a squiggly Donald below her waist, mimicking pubic hair. The letter concludes, "Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." So Donald Trump insisted the whole story was a fraud. He told the Wall Street Journal, "This is not me. This is a fake thing. It's a fake Wall Street Journal story." He added, "I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women. It's not my language. It's not my words." He subsequently went on to sue the Wall Street Journal reporters who wrote the story, Dow Jones, the News Corp, which is the parent company of all of this, for defamation, and $10 billion in damages. In that lawsuit, his lawyers claimed that this supposed letter was, quote, non-existent. Except on Monday, the House Oversight Committee got a copy of this letter from Epstein's lawyers. And the letter looks a whole heck of a lot like what the Wall Street Journal described, down to the words, the drawing, and a signature that looks a whole lot like Donald Trump's signature. Trump did write the letter, or someone in his employ at his direction wrote the letter. He signed it, and then he lied about it when the Journal found out about it. Or two, the letter is a forgery. Trump didn't know about it, and he only saw it today. Let me explain to you why I think one of those two options is slightly, and by slightly I mean a lot, more credible than the other option. Before I do that,